Hey, what's up? It's Podman coming to you with a very quick update, part 3 of the Talon versus Recon review. So we're just going to focus on the Talon today, which is the update. What really matters for a lot of people, I think, is the long-term performance. So these now have 10 hours on them, about 150 to 200 miles, I would say. And my family was visiting this past week, and so they got ridden a lot. My brother had a rear, and I have a front and rear. My brother's tire looks a little bit worse than mine, but he was doing some drag racing. So I guess quick pointer, if you're going to do a gummy tire, don't do drag racing out in the desert hardpack. I would say overall, performance hasn't really gone down too much. They're starting around, so it is getting that kind of washy midlife dirt bike tire feeling. Big bonus, I was worried that these would start chunking off with the cheap rubber. I'm pretty shocked. There's a little minor chunk right there. This sight kind of broke, but other than that, I'm not seeing any giant chunks taken out of this tire. The cornering's still good now that the carcass is broken in. The braking is still amazing. I was doing giant sand silt chutes out in the Warner Valley desert. I mean, I had no problem braking. Lock up the rear, slide down, feather the front, whole thing. Still confirmed, I like this a lot more than the Recon. I'm never buying the Recon again. Let's jump to the front. There is a correction I need to make. For whatever reason, when I was buying these, they didn't have them in stock or something, or whatever was going on the Rocky Mountain website. And the drop-down menu didn't show that there was a Recon tire available. This is the Tusk Talon. So there is a Recon. I haven't tried it. Don't think I will. This is still aggressively designed. It's got the sipes in the center, pretty stiff outer knobs. I don't know. I really like this tire. It was only, I think, $48 or something. The M59 for comparison is $120. All of the knobs on this are still square, hard edges after 10 hours. I'm pretty impressed. The T35 is a piece of crap, overrated, cheap tire in my opinion, but to each their own. It did not look like this after 10 hours. It was really rounding off and getting washy, especially for whatever reason, the fat version of the T35. I've done the skinny version of the T35 and the fat version. This is better than both of those tires combined, if you could combine tires for performance. I don't know why you would do that. Whether or not you buy an expensive tire, Michelin, Dunlop, or Bridgestone, we can have that argument all day. Yeah, am I going to buy the Talon again? Maybe. I really, really like the Battlecross. I really like the X30. I don't know why. I love the traction. I love the braking of that tire for the terrain around here. That's my go-to intermediate, but if you are looking for affordability, I have zero regrets buying the Talon. I would buy it over the Recon in a heartbeat. If you're going, okay, well, what tire should I get for rocks? I ride mostly rocks and roots. I hear that comment a lot, like I'm on rocks and roots and I'm back east or something. The Recon actually might be better, but I don't have that type of terrain to test it on. I'd have to go travel, put the Recon on and get back to you. So if you have feedback on that, feel free to leave it. The Recon is more comfortable than the Talon because of the softer sidewall, softer carcass in general. Somebody made a comment, part 2, about the hybrid Talon being supposed to be more gummier than the Recon. I guess the perception, it's really hard to gauge when you're just feeling the tire because the sidewall's so much stiffer. So that may be true, it may be not. I guess it doesn't matter. These companies will advertise their tire for whatever, and people will just choose the one that they like. And I think you have to keep that in mind. The M59, for example, is not meant for where a lot of people take it if you just read the description, but everybody loves that tire. I will say that things like the M59 are, at least on where I was looking, they're like $110 to $120, depending on where you are in the States. That's a lot of money for a front tire. Granted, they're amazing. They last a while, but yeah, we could argue and debate tires all day, but my feedback on the Talon is they're decent tires for the price. If you're going to go for affordability, I don't think you'll be disappointed at all. And I think my favorite part about them is even though they're advertised as a gummy tire, they really do well in rocks, intermediate kind of gravelly stuff. And we're not disappointing in sand. I will say that the front is nowhere near a Dunlop 33F or whatever that tire is. My brother had that one on. That thing was a needle. If you really want to optimize for performance in soft stuff, I think the front tire is where you need to make adjustments, but the Talon is actually pretty good. And then if you're going into connecting trails with rocks, boulders, doing any kind of enduro crap, the Talon rear tire will not disappoint. And if you want to get the IRC version of that, then pay more and do that. But hey, Talon's cheap, good tire. All right. What does Morgan from Highland Cycles always say? Get out there and ride your dirt bikes.